Hi there, how you doing today? We are going to factor some trinomials. We're looking at a trinomial right here, x squared plus 5x plus 4. I've got everything all set up for us. This is going to be a generic rectangle, and this is going to be our diamond problem. So I'm going to color code this the first time. Step one, we are going to take our first term, and it goes in the first box. So I take x squared, and that pops up in my first box. First term, first box. Then I take the last term and that goes in the last box. So I take my positive 4 and that shows up right there. First term, first box, last term, last box. Now I'm going to jump colors here. Let's take a look at my blue. We are on to step 2. So I take the product of the first and my last term. So x squared times 4, and that is the top of the diamond. So the product of the first and the last goes in the top of my diamond. So 4x squared. X squared times 4 is what pops up here. Positive 4x squared, and I'll leave my signs as well. Then the middle term goes in the bottom of the diamond. So the middle term right here, this 5x, shows up on the bottom. Now this is the diamond problem. We're on to step 3 here. So we need to fill in the sides of this diamond problem, okay? Hopefully you have a little experience with these. So we multiply to get the top term, and then we add to get the bottom term. So really, what are the factors of 4x squared that give us a 5x? Okay, so hopefully you're saying 4x times x. 4x times x is 4x squared, and when I add these two together, I end up with a 5x value. That's perfect. That's just what we want. These two things are what fill in the rectangle. So 4x can go here, and x can go here. It does not matter where you put those. Those can switch and those can alternate, and they can pop up really wherever you'd like. Now we need to factor the rectangle, and we should have our answer. So I'm always going to start with this x squared box. So x times x will give me x squared. X times a positive 4 gives me 4x. X times a positive 1 right here gives me x, and then always make sure you check this last box, please. 1 times 4 is indeed 4, so I give it a little check mark. This is the sum, and we can write it as a product now, the two factors, x plus 1 times x plus 4. That is the factored form. That right there would be the sum form. So I'm going to start doing a few more of these. We'll be picking up the pace. We don't have to write out all these steps for each one, but hopefully you've got them now. So let us take a look. I will set up first another diamond and rectangle. There's my rectangle. There's my diamond. It doesn't matter the order in which you do these. And let's say we are looking at x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay, you see that good? Perfect. First term, first box. Last term, last box. Product of the first and the last, so x squared times negative 4 is what goes up top. Negative 4x squared. Downstairs, I get my middle term, negative 3x. Now I need to fill in the sides of this rectangle. Okay, what are the factors of negative 4x squared that when I add them I get negative 3x? So how about a negative 4x and a x term? I multiply those together. Yes. I add those together. Yes. Perfect. So we can fill it in. It doesn't matter where they go. X times x is x squared. Negative 4, positive 1, and bam, bam, bam. We get that last box. So we now have the factors, x plus 1 times x minus 4. All right, let's keep working this here. How about get set up first? Let's see, x squared minus 4x minus 12. First term, first box. Last term, last box. Product of the first and the last, so negative 12 times x squared. That goes up top. Downstairs, negative 4x. Okay, what are the factors of negative 12x squared that give me negative 4x? Well, I know that, let's see, 6 and 2 will give me 12. Okay, each of them will need an x, and we need more negatives because when we add them, I need to have negative 6x and a positive 2 to take me there. Perfect. So I multiply those together. Yes. I add those together. Yes. So I get a negative 6x and a positive 2x. It doesn't matter where those go order-wise. You could flip-flop those two terms from your sides. X and x is x squared. Negative 6 to get that. X times a positive 2 2, and then bam, check that, x minus 6 times x plus 2. I know this is possibly going a little bit too fast for you. If that is the case, I apologize, but you can always come back and take a look a little bit later and practice some of these problems at your own pace. All right, let's get a few more set up. Diamond, rectangle, x squared minus 2x minus 15. Okay, first term, first box. Last term, last box. Multiply the first and the last for up top. My middle term downstairs. The factors of negative 15x squared, that give me a negative 2x. How about negative 5x and a positive 3x? Yes for my multiplication, and when I add them together, yes. These are what fill in my two empty boxes, negative 5x and a positive 3x. Now we factor out and fill out the sides. X and x is x squared. X times negative 5, x times positive 3. Now I do the positive 3 times the negative 5. Yes, and I got my last box. So my factors, x plus 3 times x minus 5. That is the product, the multiplication. There is my sum. I have a couple more here. How about 5x squared minus 17x plus 6? Okay, first term, first box. And this is slightly different because it has a leading coefficient other than 1. It has that 5 out front. But if you follow this technique, everything is going to work just fine. Last term, last box. Multiply these first and the last together. We get 30x squared. Middle term, negative 17x. Okay, what are the factors of 30 that combine to give me negative 17? Factors of 30 that give me negative 17, negative 15x, and a 2x, negative. Combine those, yes, for the addition, multiply, yes, and then we fill it in. Negative 15x and a negative 2x. Now we factor this out. Well, looking at the top here, I can factor a 5x out of this. And coming down here, I can factor out an x. 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times negative 3 will give me my negative 15x. X times a negative 2. And then my negative 2 times negative 3 indeed gives me my last box. 5x minus 2 times x minus 3. There I go with my sum. There I go with my product. Slide this up. These are very fast to draw, and when you get good at this, you're going to be nice and speedy. How about 3x squared plus 10x minus 8? Okay, first term, first box. Last term, last box. Product of the first and the last, negative 24x squared. My middle term downstairs, positive 10x. Okay, what are the factors of negative 24 that give me a positive 10? What about a 12x and a negative 2x? Multiplication, yes. Addition, yes. So these two now fill in my box, 12x and negative 2x. Let's factor out. Well, looking across the top, I can factor out a 3x. Coming down here on this side, I can factor out an x. 3x times positive 4, x times negative 2. Check my last box, negative 2, positive 4. Yes, we get 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. There you go, nice little intro to factoring trinomials. I hope that helps. Have a nice day.